President Donald Trump's executive assistant, Natalie Harp, is facing fresh scrutiny over her unusually close relationship with the president, and now her estranged brother is offering his take on what he believes is behind her intense admiration for Trump. Natalie became a bigger subject of discussion after Senator Jon Ossoff raised questions about her proximity to the president. Her brother, Preston Harp, then appeared on CNN's Out Front with Aaron Burnett to explain what he believes drives his sister's devotion. Preston said their mother raised them to believe strongly in American exceptionalism, even teaching them that the United States was essentially the boss of the world. And in his view, Natalie sees Trump as the embodiment of everything she was taught to respect. But Preston was also clear about what he does not believe is behind his sister's fascination with Trump. He said he seriously doubts there is any physical attraction involved, arguing that her interest in the president is rooted in politics and ideology. Then Burnett brought up an unusual incident allegedly involving Natalie and Trump's motorcade. She told Preston that in 2023, his sister allegedly jumped into the trunk of a motorcade vehicle after claiming Trump wanted her at a court appearance and that there was no room for her anywhere else. Preston initially laughed at the story before describing the behavior as an unhealthy obsession. Despite the speculation surrounding their relationship, there is no evidence that Trump and Harp have a romantic relationship. Preston maintains that her admiration for Trump is political rather than physical. But Harp's extraordinary proximity to the president has sparked another controversy, this time involving First Lady Melania Trump. Melania Trump is reportedly locked in a behind-the-scenes power struggle with Donald Trump's 35-year-old aide, Natalie Harp, according to the U.S. president's biographer, Michael Wolff. The extraordinary claims paint a picture of an increasingly influential White House aide whose proximity to Trump may have helped push the U.S. First Lady further from her husband's political orbit. Natalie Harp, who has become a near-constant presence alongside the 80-year-old U.S. president, has attracted renewed attention because of just how frequently she appears with Trump and how rarely Melania has been seen at his side. According to a Daily Beast analysis, Melania was publicly seen just 47 times during 2025, following Trump's January 20 inauguration. During the first 7 months of 2026, she was reportedly seen publicly on just 38 days. And Wolff claims the reason for that absence goes beyond Melania simply preferring a low-profile role. In a new post on his Substack newsletter, Howl, the Trump biographer claimed Melania's appearances with her husband were carefully negotiated and that Harp's presence was a major factor. Wolff wrote that Melania would not show up if Harp was around. He argued that Harp's central presence in Trump's life helped explain why Melania largely stayed away from the 2024 presidential campaign trail. According to Wolff, Melania only appeared alongside Trump during the final week of the campaign. But the claims about Harp's influence go considerably further. Wolff alleges that Harp went to extraordinary lengths to remain physically close to Trump while working with his campaign. When Trump's campaign operation moved from Palm Beach to his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey in 2023, Wolff claims Harp wasn't initially given a room, but according to his account, she allegedly found another way to remain nearby. Wolff claims she set up a bed in the maids' quarters before eventually moving even closer to Trump by staying in the women's locker room. The allegations about Harp's attachment to Trump have also appeared in reporting by New York Times journalists Maggie Haberman and Jonathan Swan. Their book, Regime Change, reportedly described a series of letters Harp allegedly wrote to Trump and left in his personal spaces. One reported line from one of those letters read, "You are all that matters to me." Wolf now argues that Harp's influence went beyond simply being another member of Trump's staff. He wrote, "Superseded the White House staff and as well his wife and family. Nobody got between Harp and Trump, and you only got to Trump by going through Harp." Those are striking allegations, but they remain allegations from Wolf and are not independently established facts. There is also an important distinction surrounding the nature of the relationship. Wolf wrote that people in Trump's circle do not suspect a sexual relationship between the president and Harp. Instead, he claimed there was a belief that Harp was deeply emotionally invested in Trump. One Trump aide quoted by Wolf reportedly described the relationship as a Christian devotional relationship. Wolf also used the phrase higher purpose bride to describe what he claims Harp wanted to become in Trump's life. Meanwhile, the biographer claims Melania has increasingly stepped away from the role traditionally expected of a presidential spouse. Following Trump's return to the White House, Melania did not immediately move fully into the White House and was instead reported to have spent significant time in New York. Wolf characterized her role in stark terms, writing, "Other than in ceremonial occasions or in a strictly official capacity, she has given up the role of wife." He added, "Practically speaking, there is no room for her." The claims come amid an already unusual dynamic between Trump and Melania, whose public appearances together have often been highly selective. Melania has long maintained a more independent public profile than many previous First Ladies of the United States, frequently choosing to remain away from the campaign trail and major political events. But Wolf's latest claim suggests something more deliberate, that Harp's growing proximity to Trump could be contributing to the First Lady's distance. The White House has strongly rejected Wolf's characterization. White House spokesman Davis Ingle reportedly dismissed Wolf as a professional scumbag and serial liar and used an additional profanity-laced insult to attack the author. Wolf, meanwhile, has previously clashed with Melania in court, adding another layer of context to the extraordinary allegations. So, is there really a secret power struggle between the First Lady and Trump's young aide? There is no independent confirmation of such a struggle, and the White House has rejected Wolf's credibility. But the allegations have put renewed focus on Harp's unusual level of access to the president and Melania Trump's conspicuous distance from her husband's political life. For now, the reported relationship between Trump and Harp remains a subject of speculation, while the White House insists the claims being made by Wolf should not be trusted.